individuals that actually have watched the 10 Things I Hate About Andy Mack, there are a lot of tropes that get on my nerves. And let's be honest, horror film tropes are the ones that are the far worst for me to deal with. Now, ever since Scream came out, it kind of exploited all the horror tropes and they had to reinvent themselves in order for the horror genre to not officially die. And unfortunately, Halloween was the actual series that lived off of those tropes. So, of course, when Scream came out, you thought that you would never see these tropes again. I was wrong. There were a whole bunch of those old school horror tropes that got on my nerves in this film. And I mean, Halloween Kills. Oh gosh, this was a slog to get through. And it really, really was difficult to get through it. Of course, you have the incompetent cops. Of course, you have the first responders that think that think they can fight them but can't. You rarely see Laurie Strode. She's pretty much in the hospital majority of the time. And then you got a mob going after him without a plan. And the characters themselves, there were some characters that I honestly did not mind seeing get the axe or get the knife from Michael Myers. And yeah, you had your diversity little parts in there. You had Big John and Little John. You had the demure black couple, and then you had the obnoxious white people. But other than that, let's be honest. Why have diversity here? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna forget the mixed couple. I mean the interracial couple. I'm not going to forget about them. But let's be honest. Why have diversity in a horror movie? What's the point? Unless you're gonna mock it, which might have been what they did. But I'm not gonna lie. The black and the black couple, especially the wife, I didn't mind her getting killed, and how she got killed was absolutely hilarious. But they were pretty much all useless. They were death fodder. You kind of knew that. Now I know a lot of people who are really into the Halloween franchise is not gonna really mind this because they're like, okay, it's Halloween. This is how it is. Take it as it is. I don't know all of the lore. I don't. The only one that I saw was Halloween Resurrection, and that was trash. I think that, yeah, Halloween Resurrection, that was trash. I didn't see Halloween H2O, but I saw Halloween Resurrection, and that was trash. But I don't know much about the lore. I don't know much about Laurie Strode. I only know bits and pieces about her. So I will say this. If you don't know anything about the lore of the Halloween series besides Michael Myers, you're going to go in scratching your head. It's not going to be something like, oh my gosh, I understand what that means without me having to go and watch all the movies. You have to see every single Halloween film to understand what's going on. But then if you do, a lot of stuff is going to be retconned. So I would just probably say maybe pick the first two if you really want to see it. From what I heard, that's like from the original lore. But this film was garbage. And I understand why it was like at 22% of Rotten Tomatoes from the critics. And for some strange reason, fans like this? It was at 100%. If people don't say that that's review bombing, in my opinion, that's review bombing for the sake of review bombing. This was a trash movie. This was not good at all. The gore didn't even faze me none because, let's be honest, I saw the entire Saw series or Saw saga, and none of that fazed me except for the first two. But you know, you get desensitized to gore in movies after a while, and I guess I kind of am, maybe. I mean, don't get it twisted. There were some points where the gore was absolutely like, whoa. But it wasn't enough to be like, oh my gosh, this movie wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. If you're really into the Halloween films, or if you want to go in there and have a good laugh with your friends, then watch this film. Don't watch it by yourself. Don't watch it to expect something good, because you're not. If you just want to watch something that's cheesy on Halloween and you don't even care how it goes or know nothing about the lore, you're going to be irritated by this film. But if you take things as it is and you're a cheap date, you're honestly are not going to be fazed by this film. You might just like it. For me, I hate it. I advise people to go in with very low expectations, go in mocking it, watch it at home with a bunch of friends, and just, you know, enjoy the buffoonery of the film, because there is a crap ton of it. But guys, this was horrible to get through. This was hard. I never thought I could say a horror film was hard to get through without me being traumatized by it. This, I wasn't even scared. I wasn't even scared by Michael Myers. I was more confused about the character in himself. In itself. I was like, who is this guy supposed to be? Is he supposed to be Jason's little brother? Because that's what I kind of get from him. And I always thought that Mike Myers probably one of the weakest horror villains in history. I really didn't like this. But if you guys have a suggestion for me to watch a horror film in the Halloween series that's actually good, I'm all for that. Because right now, I don't really see anything good coming out of the Mike Myers series. Okay, Michael Myers, not Mike Myers. You know that guy. But anyway, the fact is, this was terrible. This was absolute trash. But I do want to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments below. Have you guys seen Halloween Kills? What do you think of it? Because y'all know what I think. But anyway, leave it in the comments below. Let me know how you feel. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.